Hello everybody. So today what I'm going to be doing is getting ready. We're planning on going out. I just don't know. This is dirty. I just colored my hair and there's still pink on there. Excuse me, let me grab a clip. Grab this clip up here. I don't know where we're gonna be going. I don't know what we're gonna be doing. So I'm gonna just get ready and yeah. So welcome back to my channel if you are not new here, and welcome if you are. I think I'm gonna start with my eyes. I'm gonna do a little bit of concealer since I already put that on. My name is Isabel, and most of what I like to talk about is like life stuff. I do love to do my makeup. I do love to do my hair, but I want to talk about deep stuff. I want to get deep with you. I don't really know how to have small talk. Like, I want to know your traumas. I want to know why you think the way that you think. I want to explore you. You know what I mean? So yeah, if you're new, that's typically the type of stuff that I'd be touching on my channel. Oh, I need water. The way that I like to do my videos is I don't really like to edit. I like to show you guys just raw who I am and just how shit is. Like, excuse me, I'm gonna move this here so I can, you know, be facing this way. But yeah, let's talk about some shit that's been going on in my life, things that have happened in the past week now. Today's Thursday. Excuse me. Today's Thursday, so it's been a week. A week since I have had surgery. I talked about it briefly, very briefly on my Instagram, my salon Instagram, so my professional Instagram. I have two for those of you who don't know. So yeah, I talked about it briefly on my what's it called, my Instagram, and it's been a week now. I'm feeling like myself again. Mind you, it's been kind of like a roller coaster in terms of pain, really, overall. Other than that, I just feel so much better. So let's talk about what the fuck I was doing getting surgery done, how all of that started and why, and etc, etc. So I ended up in the hospital last Wednesday. I went to the water park with my best friend and our kids, and we're having a grand old time, man. It was so fucking fun. And my oldest child, she is 10. She's gonna be 11 next month. I've been a mom for 11 years, you guys. That's crazy. It's so crazy. I'm getting distracted because I remembered I wanted to like use the eyebrow razor on my face. I have a lot of hair. I'm a hairy woman. So, is anyone else out there hairy who likes to like tweeze their facial hair? I'm that type of person. Like, I will get sucked into tweezing my chin hairs, my mustache hairs, my eyebrow hairs. But for all of this stuff, I like to use an eyebrow razor because it's faster. And these hairs are like so it's called vellus hair. So it's like that peach fuzz, but some of my peach fuzz comes in dark. Especially because I remove it, so it'll come in darker because naturally I'm a dark haired person, and also because it isn't being like broken down and withered down by everything that we do in life. So it's, if you didn't know, one of the reasons why a lot of your arm hairs, different places, you know, the peach fuzz will be blonde because it's been bleached by the sun, by water, by everything you've ever done in your life. And then if you remove it, it comes back, it's new hair. So it's a myth that your hair comes in darker and coarser and all this stuff. It's just new hair that hasn't been exposed to anything, so it's not like all withered and old, and you know what I mean. So that's what happens when you shave for the first time, when you wax for the first time. The hair that comes back in is gonna be new, strong, healthy hair. Okay, so let's start with some eyeshadow. Okay, so what was I saying? Okay, I got distracted there. That's how I go off on tangents and then I forget what the fuck my point is and all that other shit. So yeah, we were at the water park, and then me and my oldest, her name is Briseas, she and I seen this water slide. It was like a bunch of different colors, so there's multiple slides and people go down together at the same time. You go down on your belly on like a spongy mat with handles, and it's like those slides that you go down like on a potato sack type feel, but in a water park. I'm gonna start with this guy right here. So we seen it, or we seen part of it, and we're like, dang, that one looks like fun, we should go. So I told Liz, my best friend, that we wanted to go on that one, if she could watch Annalise, my toddler, while we did that. So Liz and the kids, little babies, went off to the toddler area, and Bisas and I got in line to go on this slide. And as we're walking to the slide, you guys, we noticed that it's like way bigger than we fucking thought it was. So you have to climb up all these stairs, and then it's tubes that eventually open out and you all go down on the little slides. But everyone has their own tube. So, mind you, let's do a little backstory so you guys can understand where I went wrong here. So last year, around my birthday, I ended up in the hospital because I was having I just woke up and I was having extreme pain. And me quería aguantar. I wanted to just like tough it out, because I was supposed to be going on a trip for my birthday with, again, my best friend. And I was just in like excruciating pain. So I called for my mom. I told her I needed to go to the hospital. We went to the emergency room. They found cysts in my ovaries. They told me just to like keep getting checkups because they could go away by themselves. So I never did that. I never got checkups. And in the past, I can't remember when it was, but I started to look pregnant, and it started to feel like there was something growing inside of me. I could physically feel one of my cysts. And it didn't even cross my mind that it could be that. No, that's a lie. It did, but I just, like, my first thought was like, maybe I was pregnant, which was like, I didn't know which one was fucking worse because I didn't want either, you know? And yeah, I started to, like, I could just see it and I could feel it. And my boyfriend would even ask me, like, what is that? Like, your stomach feels so hard. And I would just be like, I don't know. And just because I was afraid, you guys, I never fucking made an appointment to go get checked. So life will eventually force you when it comes to shit like that, right? So I had already like made my appointment to go get checked. And I also wanted to get my birth control removed. So I mentioned that to the nurse when I was at the doctor's. And I had this appointment probably like 2 or 3 weeks prior to us being at the water park. And excuse me. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so I go to the fucking doctor's and I'm talking to the nurse and she's taking down like my information, yada yada. And I mentioned to her, I'm here because I had cysts, or I have cysts, and I can just feel like things are not right. Sex would be painful. Like I would lay down on my stomach and I just felt like I was laying on something, like something. It was just so wild. It's crazy how like that became my normal, to have a random mass inside of me, and like just because I was afraid, I ignored it, you know. So by the way, I don't know if anybody cares, but to those who do, I'm using a dark brown now, or a medium brown. It's pretty dark. What's it called? Where was I? Oh yeah, so I was at the doctor's, and I told the nurse that that's why I was there. And then I mentioned to her, I'm like, I also want him to check my birth control, excuse me, because I can physically feel it when I check myself. I'm like, I want to take that out, but obviously I'm like, I could wait for another appointment, you know what I mean? So the doctor comes in and he's like, okay, so you want to get your birth control removed, I see. I'm like, well, I'm here to get my ovaries checked because I was told I have cysts, so I want to get that checked. But yes, I do want to remove my birth control. He's like, okay. He's like, go ahead and lay down, you know, like scoot all the way till you're like floating off the fucking edge of the table or the bed. And he told me to take a deep breath, and he just yanked that shit out of me. I had the IUD, by the way. He just fucking yanked it out. No anesthesia, no nothing. Just a couple deep breaths, honey, and you'll be fine. Like, I felt so fucking violated, you guys. So fucking violated. And then he proceeds to tell me that he'll see me for my next appointment to get my ovaries checked. So and I'm paying out of pocket. All right, I paid $260 to see the doctor for less than 5 minutes for him to rip out my fucking IUD. I fucking yelled, and I have high pain tolerance, all right? And I yelled when he yanked that shit out. He didn't tell me if it was in the right position or the wrong position. He said it was, but you know that they could lie just because they don't want no fucking beef with nobody, that the shit wasn't the way it's supposed to be or where it's supposed to be. So yeah, and then when I go to reschedule, and mind you, I had gone over the price of this appointment with the receptionist plenty of times, okay? And when I went to rebook to get my fucking ovaries checked by this doctor, it was $410. I was so confused. So anyways, I rebooked my appointment, but I was still on the lookout for another doctor. I was like, I'm not going back to that motherfucker. That motherfucker does not give a fuck about me. And I'm gonna stand by that. So now I'm gonna go into like this darker, you can tell like what are my most, I'm gonna go into this guy. You can tell what I usually use. It's funny. So yeah, that was where I was at in terms of knowing what the fuck was going on with my body. So yeah, let's go back to Hurricane Harbor. We were at Hurricane Harbor, and Maddie Sass and I are in line. We go up, we go down the slide. We're both nervous and excited, and it was intense. I am not an adrenaline junkie. I don't like adrenaline rushes. I like the comfort of my bed and nothing scary. Unpredictable where I could hurt myself. But I was like, fuck it, let's do it, you know? It's cool to have kids that are around her age where like you could do shit together, you know? So yeah, we go down the slide, and it was intense, definitely for the both of us. And when we get off, I'm like, ooh, that kind of made my stomach hurt. Not my stomach, but everything in like my ovaries and my uterus, you know, my pelvic area, it started to hurt. And we went to go find Liz, and she asked if we could get her sandals. So because we were in a different area previously to her going to the toddler area. And so I went to go grab her sandals and our bags, and literally in the span of like walking to get that and going back, the pain went from like a 2 to a 10, and I was starting to feel really fucking dizzy and very scared, because I knew that it was my cyst. I knew, like, what the fuck else would it be? And then I knew I wasn't pregnant because they do a pregnancy test at the doctor's, so I didn't come out pregnant, so I knew it wasn't that. But then I was like, but what if the pregnancy test was wrong and it actually is a fucking baby, and I just smushed the fucking baby on that slide? Oh my god, there was just so much shit going on in my head. So I was definitely very afraid, but more than anything, I was in a lot of pain. And hold on guys, I'm gonna use an angled brush. I want to do like an eyeliner type of shape on my eyes, using that same darkest brown that I used out here. Yeah, so I go to Liz, and she can see that something's not right, so she asked me if I was okay, and I told her that I was just in a lot of pain. So she asked me if I wanted to like sit down. So I sat down, and then she's like, do you want me to like get the kids in the car and like get us going? And I told her yeah, but then I was like, Liz, you need to call for help. Like, you need to call for help. I cannot. Can you imagine me asking my best friend to like haul 2 toddlers and my 10-year-old and then get me into because I could not walk. I'm like, you're not gonna, no, this is too much. Like, we need fucking help. I need fucking help. So I told her to get help. And yeah, the Hurricane Harbor team came, and they took me to their little nurse area in the whatever. And yeah, I was just trying to survive. Basically, that's the best way that I could fucking put it, is that I was just trying to fucking survive, because I was in so much fucking pain. And dude, my vitals were fucking coming out normal, so they were giving me the option of just like going back to the water park in a wheelchair, or having my family take me to the fucking hospital if that's what I really wanted to do. Because they're like, your vitals are normal, but you know, if you really are in pain, like, you could have your family take you, but they're like, we can call an ambulance for you. And I was just like trying to fucking stay alive. They're like, ma'am, we need you to stay awake. That's all I heard. Ma'am, we need you to stay awake. I'm like, how? You guys are not hearing me. I said my pain is like a fucking 10 out of 10. Like, I can't talk, I can't think, like, I'm just trying to fucking overcome right now. So yeah, I asked for an ambulance. The whole time I could have, old me could have just been like, nah, I don't got the shmoney for no motherfucking ambulance. I don't got the shmoney for no hospital bills. I said, fuck all of that. My life is worth more than all of whatever the fuck they're gonna charge me. There's no fucking way that I'm just gonna ignore how much pain I'm in. There's no fucking way. There's no way. Like, you're gonna take me to the motherfucking, call the ambulance right now. Call them. Call the ambulance. So yeah, I told him I don't know, and then some fucking big ass bald firefighter guy is like pushing me. He's like, hey, you need to decide. This is up to you, what you want to do. Like, bruh, I'm like dying right now. You're gonna have to give me a few minutes, okay? All the people out there who work in that industry, I beg of you, do not be dismissive of people's pain. Just because you cannot feel what I am going through, just because I make it look like I'm not in that much pain, do not be dismissive of my, I fucking said 10 out of 10. Pushing me around when I'm already in fucking pain. I'm all fucking throwing up, holding a fucking bag, vomit all on myself because I was in, oh my God, it was crazy. Like, it was so crazy. So I told him, no, I don't want to go back to the fucking water park. I don't want my family to take me. I want the ambulance. So they called the ambulance, and yeah, they came and they took me to the ambulance. I had no idea where the fuck I was. I just knew I was in a hospital. I didn't know where I was. And they did an ultrasound, they did a CAT scan, and they found that my cyst on the right ovary was 12 centimeters big, which is bigger than an average like baby head size. So yeah, I had that on the right, and then on the left, I think it was like 6 centimeters, so half of that on the other side. So yeah, I definitely fucked my shit up. And yeah, they like asked me if I wanted to like have surgery, if I wanted to what's it called, have a hysterectomy. I don't know how to say it. To like remove my uterus and like just take it all out. I was like, nah, remove the motherfucking cyst, whatever you gotta remove. Believe my fucking uterus, please. Like, damn. Just like that, like, fuck it, let's just take it all out, yeah? Nah, bruh. I love this glitter because it's like so soft. It's the Super Shock Shadow in Amaze by ColourPop. I don't even know how long I've had this, but it lasts a fucking lifetime. I've hit pan, but all of this is a lot. Yeah, I really don't know how long I've had it. But yeah, so they offered to not do the surgery, to do the surgery, to remove everything, to just remove the cyst. Like, obviously they give you all your options, and I'm like, I need to get the surgery done. I'm already here. I'm like, and I just need you to remove the cysts, please. So the following day, 8:30 in the morning was my appointment for my surgery. And yeah, I had surgery. They removed that shit, and I don't look pregnant anymore, and I don't feel a random mass inside of my body anymore, obviously. I've had pain because of the surgery, which is the regular healing pains. But apart from that, I'm gravy. It's crazy to like think of how much I can really endure, because all of Wednesday that I was in the hospital, they gave me morphine twice in the span of like 2 or 3 hours, and it was not taking the pain away. I could still feel everything. It just made me drowsy, so it did help to make me sleep. But I was taking like tiny little naps at a time because I was just in so much pain. Like, it was incredibly painful. And for my vitals to come out normal, like, what the fuck is that all about? I don't understand that still. But it is what it is. I'm a strong ass bitch. What can I say? So yeah. That is what has been going on in the past week, which is, it's just crazy. Like, it's so crazy. Like, what I was willing to live with because of my fear. Like, I was just so afraid. And I ended up having to get surgery anyway. So, was it worth it to wait that long? Hell no. Because it definitely, like, I felt my mental health declining because I was always constantly in discomfort, constantly in pain. So it kind of made me feel foggy. Notice how I'm not pulling at my eye. I'm just looking down into the mirror. I'm using my pinky as an anchor for stability. So just looking into the mirror so I can see what it's gonna look like. Right in here, I don't like this little corner is making it look almost square. So I'm gonna fix that. But yeah, you guys, I just honestly, sorry, I can't talk. Much better. I forgot what I was saying too. Who knows? Oh yeah, I wanted to shout out everyone who supported me through all of this, because I couldn't have done it without you guys. Like, it was a scary fucking time. It was very scary. It was kind of strange that I wasn't like panicking, because I thought I was going to eventually, at least like right before the surgery. I thought that like I was just gonna be afraid to go under, and like, what if I don't wake up? Like, just having crazy thoughts, you know, but I didn't. I prayed for like all of my angels and my ancestors and my guides and God and the universe, and prayed for the whole team to be there with me and to watch over my loved ones, but most importantly to be there with me, because I'm like, I just need to be taken care of. And I just let go, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna trust that these doctors are gonna do absolutely everything they can, and they're gonna keep me safe and healthy, and they know what they're doing, and they're the pros. So I'm gonna just put my faith in their hands, and let's let's get this shit going. Like, let's get the show on the road. Because I was like, I don't want to live with this shit no more. And at that point, I didn't even have a fucking choice, you know? Like, it literally just felt like my only choice is to get surgery. Like, I'm here, let's do this shit. I want to go home. I want to start recovering. I want my life to not be centered around this pain anymore. So, yeah. I thought I was gonna freak out because, like, I have kids, you guys. And, like, the last thing you want to do is get yourself in a situation where you can't be there for them. Like, that is a scary thought. So, I was just thankful to be there and to know that I was gonna feel better overall. I didn't want to think about the what ifs because those are there regardless, right? So why do I gotta worry myself of them when a what if is always a what if? It's always a possibility, I guess, but I didn't want to worry about it. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to smoke out this liner. I need to make the side thicker in here though first. First things first. Okay. I think that's good enough. This always happens. I think that's good enough, and then I find something. Okay, before I fuck that up to no return, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a flat brush and I'm gonna get some micellar water, a little bit on my hand. Just use the back of my hand. I always keep a little towel. Wipe that off. I'm gonna go in and clean that bitch up. Oof, look at that. Damn. Damn, she a beauty. Let me do it on the seam, or do the same thing on the other side. Damn. Okay, now I'm gonna smoke it out. I'm gonna use I'm gonna use this guy right here because he's cotton, so it's gonna look a little dark, which is what I want. I'm using this little fluffy brush. All right, now here's softer, closer to the wing. And just See how smoky? Not smoky. Smoky, not smoky. I'm gonna repeat the same thing on the other side. And I like those inner corners to be a little bit crispier. So I'm gonna leave them like that. Watch me just run it through all the way to the front, like always. Always doing what I said I wasn't gonna do. I'm gonna go back in, kind of pat that on there a little bit denser. I'm gonna switch to the other side and blend this guy upward. It's not so harsh. Okay. On the other side again. And blend it out. Should we? I'm gonna do the inner corners. Fuck it. I ain't no beach. Okay, just taking it lightly in there. Very nice. Okay, that's good. What am I gonna do now? I think I'm gonna do my brows. But yeah, you guys, apart from that, I've been feeling dandy. Yesterday I had a lot of pain. So it's been up and down with the pain. I'm like so over being in pain. I can't wait to like fully heal and recover and feel like myself again. But I'm on the way. I'm on the way there. I'm using Ebony, the Brow Powder Duo by Anastasia. And I'm going to use, I think I'm gonna use the cooler tone on this side. It's kind of hard to tell on camera, but I can see it. I can see it. Let me get my spoolie. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna do an eyebrow primer. This is the Brow Endowed. I think that's what it's called. It's a primer in color, like little brow product. So I'm putting the primer on first. Yeah, the pain has sucked. I have some pretty cool scars now. But overall, yeah, just pain that I've been experiencing. And it's crazy because I feel like unless I'm like, just no one really knows what people are going through, you know? Because I was out yesterday. I went to have dinner with my friend BB, and yeah, I was in fucking pain, you know? I was in pain, and like the world keeps spinning. You know what I mean? Like no one truly knows what other people are going through unless we're like explicitly saying it out loud and shit. So don't expect people to read your mind. When you need help, when you need something, ask for it. Voice your needs for the love of God. You don't have to suffer in silence. So I don't know if you guys saw in the beginning, but I put my eyeshadow primer like all the way up into my brows for this reason here, because I shaved off the ends of my brows because I want straighter brows. So for me to create the illusion, I have to do all kinds of shit. And using eyeshadow primer helps. It helps for the product to stick in here and last. So I'm just creating that shadow on the ends. But yeah, you guys, they fucking prescribed me 800 milligram Tylenol, Percocets, and ibuprofen. All three of those. And that's wild. That's wild to me. Like, I'm like, this is why there are so many problems in our society, because doctors be handing out prescription drugs like candy. Like, that's wild. They recommended that I take my Percocet 4 times a day for 5 days. What? 4 times a day? Wild. Like, that's just so wild to me. I couldn't like get over that. I still can't get over that. Like, how the fuck? Like, and mind you, it's not like the surgery that I went through didn't call for that, because I have used the Percocet. I have taken them because I do have really bad fucking pain. And I smoke cannabis, you know, so I was like, well, you know, I don't want to take the recommended dose. I don't feel comfortable with that. I'll do half the recommended dose and I'll smoke weed. And yeah, obviously weed doesn't help for that, because the pain is just on another fucking level. But I try anyways. I'm not going to, I just didn't want to do that. I'm like, I don't want to take this shit 4 times a day. That just seems like excessive, and it sounds like I'm gonna end up wanting perk for the rest of my fucking life. Perks. So I didn't do that. I took it once or twice a day. For the first 3 days, I took it twice a day, in the morning and at night, because I wasn't sleeping if I wasn't taking it, because I was in so much pain. So I'm like, fuck it, I need to rest, so I'm gonna take it when I go to bed so that I can fucking sleep. And in the morning. So yeah, and then after the 3 days, I'm like, I don't really want to take it today. I didn't take it for 2 or 3 days. And then yesterday, I'm like, nah, I'm gonna pop a perk when I get home, because this pain it's just intense, man. Like, I'm so over it. Thankfully today I haven't experienced any pain, so I feel good. But my heart goes out to people who have like chronic illnesses where they are in constant pain. Like, it is not easy at all. That is like your main focus on a day-to-day basis, to just not be able to get rid of fucking pain. It's awful. It's awful. So I'm gonna use the NYX, what is this, Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen. So I do this to make it look like I have pelitos out here, you know, just faking the funk. Better, much better. But But yeah, that's a little snippet into my life as of late. It's been a great teacher for me to learn to surrender. So if you're anything like me, you have been through things in your life that create this anxiety of like you have to be in control of everything so that you can so you know what the outcome is gonna be. So yeah, being in a situation like that, I was just like, I'm just gonna ask for help, which is also hard for me. I have a really hard time asking for help. But I knew that I needed it, and I knew that the best thing for me to do was to lean on everyone around me, because I just couldn't do it by myself at all. Like, I don't even know what I would have done if I was at the water park by myself with my kids. Like, I am so fucking grateful that I was with my best friend and she was able to take care of my kids while all this shit happened, because Jesus, like, that's just so fucking scary. It's just so scary. But thankfully, I have the support that I do, because I just don't know how I would have done it. I just love my family, you know? I love my family 100%. So yeah, I'm gonna finish my makeup and I will be right back. All right, so this is the finished look in some direct light. Please do not mind my mess back here. Yeah, I'm ready to go. As you can see, I will see you guys in the next video. And again, thank you guys for supporting me, and I love you guys very much. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.